Hey yo, what is going up, guys? How are y'all doing today? I hope I'm having a great day. I hope I'm having an amazing day. I hope I'm having a blessed day. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Man, I want to make this video for you guys. I really do. And I want to talk about, I want, I want to talk about this. Like, when people think, when people think of, spiritual, like, being on a spiritual journey, they think in terms of oh, it's like all sunshines and rainbows. It's like your life is better, and like I'm not saying it isn't. Like it is better. It's the best thing in the world. Yeah, like you realize the greatest truth ever. Like like you realize that you are more than just your physical body. You are way more. There is an infinite amount of power, like an infinite amount of source that you have got into. And to people that are not spiritual, like, or who are stuck in the matrix, they don't have that like they don't have that power, like they don't have that like they don't have access to that. And for a person who is spiritual, like you have a lot, like you have an infinite amount of like I wouldn't say I'm not saying you're like a god or goddess, but you're like you really, like, everyone is powerful. That is a fact. But the thing is that you realize, like you are enlightened, you are aware of that, compared to the people who are not aware of that, even though they can do the same thing. That is enlightenment. It's not like you're someone special or anything, and like anyone can reach that level. But I'm just saying you are aware of that. But the thing is, with like that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And it's like with everything in life, nothing ain't easy. Everything has pros and cons. Everything in life has pros and cons. You know, that is a law of life. Everything has pros and cons. Your life is better. I mean, like, I'm not saying it isn't, but at the same time, you're much more aware of the dangers. Like you're much more aware of the illusions. Like, like you remember when you were like asleep. Like you weren't aware of your power, and you can do things innocently. For example, eat McDonald's, or play video games, or what else, like do these things, do matrix things, but not that you are aware, oh, like eating McDonald's is bad for me, eating meat is bad for me, oh, like like a lot of things don't benefit me in this matrix. Like the moment that you are aware of that, you are put into a and you are put into a great responsibility. You are, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. And like when you're on a spiritual journey, like you are in a constant state of, like, you're probably in a constant state of battle. Should I do this or should I do that? Like, what's best for me? Man, I shouldn't do that. Or is this a waste of time? It's a conflict. Really is, man. what I'm trying to say is that like being spiritual can improve your life. It can, like it really can, but it puts you into a responsibility that you gotta do the right thing, even even if it seems dull or boring, but like I said, when you were asleep, eating McDonald's, doing those things, you like you were okay when doing those things because you weren't aware of how bad those things are. And I'm not saying it's also wonderful, man. Like I'm not trying to I'm not like this is just viewing life in like a negative way to be honest. But like when like that eating McDonald's is bad for you, but like there's also a con with being asleep, too. When you're eating when you're eating McDonald's, like when you're not aware of how bad that is, you are you're suffering slowly and painfully. You, like you, you really are, or you're listening to mainstream music. Like you're not aware of how like like how do I say it? You're not aware of how that can influence you. You know, so I'm not saying it's all bliss being in the matrix as well. No, it's definitely not. But when when you're spiritual, you're aware of those. Oh man, that is bad for me. Oh man, doing those things is like bad for me spiritually, mentally, physically. Oh man, doing all these things that I used to do. Oh man, like those were bad for me. So I'm not saying it's all bliss being asleep, being in the matrix. No, it's not at all. Like you're it's a slow and painful death right there. But when you're spiritual, you're aware of those things. But at the same time, when you're spiritual, you have a responsibility to not do those things. Those things are a trap, and it's like a constant. It's like a constant battle. It really is. It's like an inner conflict. Man, should I do this or should I do that? It's like anything you do can compromise yourself. It really can. And it ain't easy. Nothing in life ain't easy. It really isn't, especially in these times, especially in these times. But what I'm trying to say is first of all, life is wonderful. Life is a blessing. Life, life, and all the things life has to offer is wonderful. I'm not saying view life in a negative or in a paranoid way. I know I'm not saying that. Definitely don't do that. Because I'm being for real here. Life is wonderful. Life is amazing. Life is beautiful. The trees, the birds, the people. There's a lot of things wonderful in life. So I'm not saying view life in a negative way, or man anything. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is have awareness. Have mindfulness on everything you do. Have mindfulness on all the things you do. And I'm just saying, when you're when you're on a spiritual journey, you are more aware of all the things that people do on a regular basis. Like you're aware that those things are just bad. Taking pills. For example, taking medication. For example, a lot of people take medication. That is bad. I mean, I want nothing is good or bad, but that can depreciate you. Like like You're depreciating yourself. You are more aware of how people slowly but surely kill themselves. Not like literally, but when they drink alcohol, like one day, for example, like it's like viewing people like partying on a sinking ship. If that makes any sense, you're seeing them like you're seeing people that are gonna sink on a sinking on a sinking ship. That is basically when you that is how it feels when you're aware of all the dangers. People, hey, hey, I'll tell you, for example, people do things that hurt themselves in the long run, and they think it's like good for them. They think it's like better for them. So I'm just saying it's like viewing people who are partying on a sinking ship. They're happy, but they don't know that they're about to kill themselves. That is how it feels to be aware, or have be aware of what's going on in the matrix, and how people are not aware of those things. So that is all I gotta say. But I'm not saying view life in a paranoid way. I'm not saying that at all. Like there's so many things that life has to offer. So many beautiful things that life has to offer. So just be grateful on those littlest things. But that is all I gotta say for today's video. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys did, please smash the like button. If you have any questions, please comment, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace.